time period that he met both Michelle Nichols and Majel Barrett. Before long, he was actively having an affair with both of them at the same time. Both women knew of each other, as well as his wife, and for a while he considered his relationships with both of them to be an open relationship. However, when both women were later cast in Star Trek, Michelle Nichols announced that she was no longer going to be seeing Gene, as she didn't want to be the other woman of the other woman. Nonetheless, she was found at least twice hiding in his office at Desilu. The first time was during the first season, when she was discovered completely nude, hiding under a desk, waiting for him to enter the office. And then a second time in season 3, she was discovered in his office again. While not completely nude, she was far from being clothed. Now, meanwhile, as the series was getting underway, he put Majel in an apartment that he had gotten right near the studio. Initially, he had planned to divorce Eileen as season 1 ended, but then it was determined that the show was actually going to be renewed after a massive letter-writing campaign that he orchestrated along with the help of Bujo and John Trimble. As a result, he postponed the divorce. Nevertheless, the status of their marriage was underscored when his daughter Darlene Roddenberry got married, and he showed up with an old girlfriend. Furthermore, he spent the entire night in front of everybody discussing all of the different women he had had affairs with while still married to Eileen. His plan was to use his daughter's wedding to publicly shame Eileen in front of the rest of the world. 2 weeks later, he packed up his bags at home and walked out. Needless to say, where he walked to was Majel in the apartment. However, we never heard anything about Eileen, Darlene, or Dawn from Gene, except for a very unusual interview where he talks about having 2 baby girls. And I'm going to pause this in a moment and let this interview play out for you, because you're going to want your undivided attention, because this interview is going to be uncomfortable. See you in a few minutes.
I've been very fortunate in family. I've had 2 marriages, both happy. In my first marriage, I had 2 lovely daughters, and I had the joy in that marriage of girls. And girls are such delicious, sweet-smelling, wonderful things. I can still remember when they would be so clean and their hair done, their starched dresses, and how when they would bend over, the dresses would come up, and you'd see the panties, and little girls are just totally beautiful things.